Hello, welcome to the program. This is Rajiv Mahbubul, Country Director for IDP Bangladesh. Insights by IDP, this is the platform where we will talk about international education, scholarships, career, and the future perspectives with the experts from Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, Canada, and the USA. Today, we are going to talk about the university that is located in New South Wales, Australia. It's a globally recognized institution known for its commitment to equity, excellence, and innovation in education and research. And that is the University of Newcastle. Established in 1965, the university has grown into a vibrant academic community with campuses in Australia and overseas. So far, it is ranked as top 1% universities globally and noted its strength in engineering, health sciences, education, and environmental studies. It has a strong focus of industry collaboration, sustainability, and regional development. So today, it's our great pleasure to have Dr. Alek, who is the Pro Vice Chancellor for the University of Newcastle for the global projects. So welcome, Alek, to IDP Bangladesh office.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. And Alek brought a very good news. Today it has been announced that Bangladesh is ranked and updated into assessment level 1 as a country for Australia. That is a great news for the Bangladeshi student. So thank you, Alek, for bringing that good news to us.
I'm happy to bring only good news, and I think it's a fantastic sign that the strength of the growth of the Bangladesh market to Australia, the quality of students that are heading there. This is really a reason why the Australian government have made the reassessment to move the Bangladesh market to assessment level 1, which is only going to make applications to Australia easier.
Thank you. So let's start with the landscape of Australia higher education. So Australia has been known for its education excellence globally, and it's an opportunity and also have challenges. Now, in terms of the policy, higher education in Australia, and what are the challenges and the opportunities in your lens you look forward, and how you position University of Newcastle considering the policy changes globally and also the Australian government taking some initiatives?
Sure, thanks for the question. So I think that, look, across post-COVID, a number of destination countries around the world saw huge increases in international students and migration. And that then caused a number of countries to start to look at capping their numbers. We saw that in Canada, we saw that in Australia. Although the difference between our two markets is quite different. We had our first year of caps in Australia, but it wasn't as big of an issue as we thought it might be. Newcastle continued to grow. In fact, we're one of the fastest growing universities in Australia for enrollments. And I think the reason for that is that Newcastle as a city is an industrial heartland. It's an industrial base for the east coast of Australia. We are the largest coal port in Australia, but we also import the most amount of renewable energy materials such as wind blades and other materials to create hydrogen and thermal hydrogen plants. And so I think that the fact that the Newcastle region is addressing one of the policy issues for Australia is jobs and skills. And so our university and industry have a very, very close working relationship. And this allows us to establish a number of work integrated learning and internship opportunities for our students. And I think this is directly addressing one of the jobs and skills priorities of our country, and that is to ensure that we can graduate qualified individuals who can then meet the skills needs for Australia, or if they return home, they can meet the skills needs of Bangladesh.
That's great. I mean, the industry partnership and the collaboration, it's strengthened the students' employability, not only current situation, but also the future-looking one. So now coming into that one, so if we look into that Newcastle as an university, how you differentiate from other similar kind of university in terms of the academic strength, innovation, or the community engagement?
Sure, I'd say that there's a couple of ways. I think that if we look at, I think, 4 key pillars, sustainability is a priority of our university. We're the only university to host a United Nations training center for sustainability. That means that sustainability is infused in everything we do. We have a National Energy Research Center, a National Research Center for Nanomaterials, a National Research Center on environmental remediation. These are all really critical areas that are important for Bangladesh's future, but also speak to our commitment for sustainability. I'd say the second area is affordability. The Newcastle region, we're located just 2 hours north of Sydney by car or by train, but we are 30% cheaper than Sydney for living costs. As well, we are rapidly building over 1,000 new beds on campus for accommodation. And we price our accommodation at 25% below the rental market. So that means that we are generating affordability, increased affordability for our international students. Flexibility, we have a new calendar coming up in 2026, which will allow greater opportunities for students to take work integrated learning and internships during the mid-year. And our semester 2 is starting 5 weeks later than normal for next year. And that's going to provide greater time for visa processing for students. And then employability. We mandate that all undergraduate students must take work integrated learning or internship. So we have a heavily resourced careers hub to assist students and place them in industry in the Newcastle region. So Newcastle is the fastest growing metro region in the state at the moment. So it is a jobs and skills hub. So if we look at sustainability, affordability, flexibility, and employability, SAFE, safe. So Newcastle is a safe choice for your future.
Well, that is a fantastic tagline, also safe, right? So when you talk about the affordability, to give you a idea about the Bangladesh market, so Alek is one of the things is that the students are mainly going for the study overseas by their own funding.
Sure.
Because there is a lack of education loan in Bangladesh. So always the students and the parents look for some of the funding and the scholarships opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of options are there from the university for Bangladeshi students?
Sure, thank you. So we acknowledge that affordability and investing in an overseas education is a transformational opportunity for students, but it's a challenge for parents to be able to fund this, particularly given Bangladesh is primarily a self-funded market. So we currently host around 400 Bangladeshi students on campus across pathways, undergrad, postgrad, and research. And across these areas, there's a range of different scholarship opportunities. Particularly for undergrad and postgrad, we can offer up to 20% fee remission under an International Excellence Scholarship Scheme. For research students, we have a range of scholarship schemes from partial to full scholarship schemes. And we've seen the volume of qualified Bangladeshi research students increase significantly. The majority of our Bangladeshi research students are in environmental remediation. They're studying clean soil, carbon capture, biodegradable materials. And these areas are all really critically important for Bangladesh's future, the knowledge future. So we do acknowledge that Australian tuition fees are high, and so we have tuition fee remission opportunities across the range of our programs.
Okay, that's great to know. It's a good news for Bangladeshi students and across all the sectors like UG, PG, and the research level. The University of Newcastle is having some opportunity for the scholarships and the options for affordable tuition fees. Now, coming back to another aspect that we have already touched upon. So definitely the university has long-term partnership with the industries.
Yes.
So that the employability of the students, current students or future students are getting into shape, right? So what kind of initiatives are there, and when the students get engaged into that programs?
So certainly, as I mentioned before, we're one of the few universities in Australia that mandates that all undergraduate students must graduate with work experience. So last year, 98.6% of all undergraduate students, domestic and international, graduated from our university with work experience. That's at the undergraduate level. We hope to move that to the graduate space in the coming years. We just need to scale the program. but we've invested a lot of resources in the Careers Hub because we want to make sure that irrespective if you're a domestic student or an international student, that equally you feel supported by the university, that you are gaining the confidence to hit the ground running. I think what's really important to note that is a city like Newcastle, even though we're a medium-sized regional city, the greater area of Newcastle has about 500,000 students. Now I know that compared to Dhaka, that is just a neighborhood. I understand that. But Newcastle, the economy is growing very quickly. And because of our links with industry, there are a lot of opportunities across IT, cyberspace, health, and nursing, engineering. All of these areas, the Newcastle region is in desperate need for more workers. So the opportunity is there for Bangladeshi students to apply their skills and knowledge and remain in the region if they want to, or gain work experience and bring that back to Bangladesh to help the economy grow here.
What better could be like when then undergrad students are coming out of the with a degree and also like an employability and work experience, and I'm sure that will be the future strength for them. Now, Alek, my last questions will be that there will be a lot of changes into the overall dynamics in terms of IT, digitalization, AI is going to come to the picture. Now, how the future vision for the university in next 5 to 10 years in terms of internationalization, in terms of research excellence, or the digital transformation, how it looks like?
I'd say one area is that we've created a whole new suite of 1-year and 2-year master's degrees for both domestic and international students. We have programs like the Master of FinTech, Master of Data Science and AI, and these are really innovative programs that students that are really hot topic areas. But we also have very unique niche programs like the Master of Disaster Risk and Resilience. We have a Master of Climate Energy, so clean climate energy. So these sort of programs are really addressing current needs for graduates both in Australia as well as Bangladesh. So I think that this is a way that our university is responding to the needs of industry. Industry need qualified graduates who are specialized in areas that are going to meet the needs of today's job market. Now, the future job market, if we look at the future of work over the next 5 years, AI and automation is going to rapidly transform the workplace, the landscape for workers. A lot of the clerical work and work involved with sort of paper pushing and office-based work, that is going to rapidly change. And so automation is going to actually generate more jobs. So by 2030, we're actually going to see more jobs created than lost, but they're going to be different types of jobs. And so that's why looking at areas like fintech, AI and data science, cybersecurity, these areas are critical. And we find that of the 400 Bangladeshi students currently enrolled, many of them are studying IT, computer science, business analytics. And we see that these programs will continue to shape as the needs of industry shape as well.
Thank you, Alek, for taking time and sharing the insights of the University of Newcastle. To know more about the university and the admission process, scholarships, please visit the nearest IDP office. See you in the next episodes of Insights by IDP.